Hello everyone. On the previous lectures we had, I taught you how to solve various differential equation in order 1. And these kinds of differential equation is not formulated just to make mathematics look difficult to solve, but we can actually apply it to predict or interpret certain situation or phenomena. And these real-life applications of various differential equations is what we call mathematical models. Mathematical models in the real world are formulated through either intuitive reasoning about the phenomenon, a physical law based on evidence from experiments, and this model often takes the form of a differential equation. So today, we will be describing different real life applications of first order differential equations, as well as to apply it to solve various application problems. Here are some of the common real life applications where the first order differential equation had been utilized. So we have first application is exponential growth and decay. Then next is Newton's law of cooling, and the third one is mixing of non-reacting fluids. So in this lecture video, uh, we will go over it one by one. So let's begin with the first application. So under exponential growth, we have the models of population growth. In this model of growth, the population grows at a rate proportional to the size of the population. To make this mathematical model ideally valid, here are some of the assumptions made. We have unlimited environment, adequate nutrition, absence of predators, and immunity from disease. Then the assumption that the rate of growth of the population is directly proportional to the population size, and this statement can be converted into equation. So from the population rate of growth of the population is directly proportional to population size. So if we're going to convert it into equation, so we have to multiply the population size by the proportionality constant. And from this equation, dp over dt is the rate of growth of the population, then p is the population size, then k is the proportionality constant. So take note that the time here is the independent variable, and the dependent variable would be the population, or the number of individuals in the population. Let me show you how to derive the working equation in solving population growth and decay problem. So we just have to use or apply the differential equation for the population growth, which is dp over dt equals to kp. And to solve this differential equation, so obviously it is we just have to apply a variable separable here. So we just have to cross multiply. So we have dp over p equals to k dt. Then we treat k as a constant term. So then we apply the integration. Okay, so since k is a constant term, so we can just place it away from the integral sign. So the integral of dp over p is simply ln of p. Then the integral of dt is t. Then we add the arbitrary constant c. And then this equation can also be written as ln p is equals to kt, and since c is an arbitrary constant, so we can just write it as ln of c or any number. So, and then uh, we both uh, we raise e to ln of p. Then we also do it on the other side of the equation. We raise e as we raise e to kt plus ln of c. So, and then e raised to ln of p is the same as p. Then it is equal to, so e raised to kt plus ln of c is just the same as, so e raised to kt times e raised to ln of c. Okay, so when we are multiplying two expression with the same base, so we just add their exponent. So p is equals to, and e raised to kt times, so e raised to ln of c is just the same as c. So therefore, the general equation for the population growth is just equals to p is equals to c e raised to kt. So this will be our working equation in solving population growth and decay problems. This is what we got earlier. We have p as a function of t equals to c e raised to kt, and if we graph this equation, this will be the result. Different curves are plotted based on the value of c. All curves projecting upward have positive or real values of c, while curves going down have negative values for c. And since we are only concerned with the real values of c, and the initial time will always start from 0, so we will only consider this graph to provide physical meaningful solutions. To make our population growth model to be more realistic, meaning let's say if the given environment has limited resources, we have to consider these two assumptions. The rate of growth of the population dp over dt is directly proportional to the population p if the population p is small, and if the proportionality constant is less than p, so the population growth rate will be less than 0, and the population decreases if it ever exceeds k. Taking into account these two assumptions, we would be able to apply this logistic differential equation. And in logistic differential equation, the population growth rate dp over dt is equal to k times the population, and we multiply it by the limiting factor m minus p. This limiting factor will make the population growth rate approach to 0. So let's now solve problems involving population growth and decay. So let's consider this problem. We have the population of a community is known to increase at a rate proportional to the number of people present at a time t. If the population has doubled in 6 years, how long it will take to triple? So first thing to do is we have to determine the particular solution from the general solution for the population growth model, which is we have p as a function of t equals to e raised to kt, c e raised to kt. Okay, so to obtain the particular solution, we must solve for the constant c. So to solve for the constant c, so initially initially the 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 population at t is equals to 0 will be, so we have the initial population equals to c e raised to k times 0. So the initial population will be, we have c e raised to 0 is 1, so we have c. Okay, then we substitute it from our general solution. So we have p as a function of t equals to c is the initial population, e raised to kt. So this will be our particular solution. Then after that, we must solve for the proportionality constant by applying this given. So it is stated here that if the population uh, so we have the population in 6 years will be doubled, so twice the initial population. So meaning we have the population in 6 years is equals to, we have the initial population e raised to k times t is 0. I mean t is 6 years. And then since the population in 6 years is equals to 2 times the initial population, so this will be 2 times the initial population equals to the initial population e raised to 6k. And then we have the initial population will cancel out, so this will be 2 is equals to e raised to 6k. So we have e raised to 6k. Then we have, let's apply the natural logarithm on both sides. So we have ln of 2, then ln of e raised to 6k. Then ln of e raised to 6k is the same as, so the exponent of the exponential e will just be the coefficient of ln. So this will be 6k ln of e. And take note that ln of e is just equal to 1. So that's why we have 6k, so we have 6k equals to ln of 2. So meaning k is equals to ln of 2 over 6. So after solving for k, so we can now obtain the answer. So we're asked how long it will take to triple. Okay, so to triple, that means, so in t is equals to unknown, so we have uh, the population in, let's say, t years will be 3 times the initial population. Okay, so again we use the particular equation p as a function of t is equals to, we have the initial population e raised to kt, and uh, the population at a given time t is just equals to 3PO, or 3 times the initial population. So this will be 3p, 3 times the initial population equals to the initial population e raised to k is equivalent to ln of 2 over 6. So this will be, we have t times ln of 2 over 6. So we cancel out the common terms. So this will be, we have 3 equals to e raised to t times ln of 2 over 6, and then we apply the natural logarithm on both sides of the equation. So this will be ln of 3, then this one will be, we have t times ln of 2 over 6, then times ln of e, and ln of e will just be 1. Okay, so therefore the time it will take to make the population 3 times the initial population. So this will be the result. So we have, so cross multiply, so it will be 6 ln of 3 over ln of 2. Okay, then we use the calculator. So we have 6 we have 6 ln of 3 over ln of 2. So the time will be 9.51 years. So it takes 9.51 years to make the population 3 times the initial. Another way of solving this problem is we can actually use our calculator to solve this problem. So using your calculator, so we just have to press mode, then we press stat or 3. Okay, and then we have, since this the general solution of the population growth model is an exponential function. So the exponential function here is, we have 5. So here we have e raised to x. So we have here a table. So we have x and y. So x here will be the time, then y will be the population. So let's write it on the board. So we have two columns, x, y. So x here is the time, while y is the population. Okay, so we have the initially we have the time will be 0, then the population, let's say we have, let's say 1, okay, 1, okay, while after 6 years, so the time will be 6 years, the population will be double, so meaning we have 2 here. So in using your calculator, we need at least 2 entries on both x and y. So let's input it on our calculator. So we have 0, then for y is 1, and then so the second entry is 6, then we have 2, okay. Then after that we have to, since we are asked to solve for the time, so we are actually solving for x, okay. So the step will be, you have to press shift, then I know you have to press all clear first. So all clear, then shift, then press start 1, then we have to press red or press 5, okay. Since we are solving for x, which is the time, so we have to press 4. We have here x, we have here x caret, we have 4. So this will be the we're solving for x. Then since we're asked here how long it will take to triple, so we have the time, then the population will be triple, so meaning our y here will be, so we have your x is unknown, then the y will be 3. So we have here, we have to multiply this x caret by 3, so the result will be the same. We have t will be equals to 9.51 years, okay. So that's another way on solving this problem by using your calculator. So for our next example, so this time we have an a population decay. So we have here, let population of country be decreasing at the rate proportional to its population. If the population has decreased to 25% in 10 years, how long will it take to be half? So first thing to do is, again, we apply the working equation for the population growth and decay, which is, we have p is equal, p as a function of t equals to c e raised to kp, okay. And then from this general solution, we must obtain the particular solution, which means we have to solve for the arbitrary constant c. So solving for c, so first is, initially we have the initial time, which is 0, so meaning we have the initial population is equals to C e raised to k times the time here is 0. So we have C e raised to 0 is 1. So we have the initial population equals to C. Then after that, we have to determine the proportionality constant K by considering this statement. So we have, if the population has decreased to 25% in 10 years, so we have so we have the time, which is 10. So in the population in 10 years will be equal to, we have C e raised to k times 10. Okay, so we have the population in 10 years, then your C here is the initial population times e raised to 10k. Then also we have the statement, we have in 10 years, so the population in 10 years will decrease, or I mean the population will decrease after 10 years. So meaning from your initial population, so it will decrease to 25%. So we have, so this will be 0.25 times the initial population. So then we substitute it from our equation. So this will be, so the population in 10 years will be 0.25 of the initial population, then e raised to 10k. Okay, then cancel out the common term, so we have 0.25 equals to e raised to 10k. Then we apply logarithm, or I mean the natural logarithm on both sides. So we have ln of 0.25, then ln of e raised to 10k. Then we can also rewrite it as, we have 10k ln of e, and obviously ln of e is 1. So then we solve for k. So k is therefore ln of 0.25 over 10. So after solving for k, we can now solve for the unknown, which is the time will it take for the population to be half. So we have whereas for the time, so then the formula will be the population in t years is equals to C e raised to kt, and then we have, so it's stated there that in t years the population will be half, so 0.5 of the initial population. So let's substitute this equation on our working equation, or on the general equation. So we have P P in T years is 0.5 of the initial population. Then C is equivalent to the initial population. E raised to K is, so we have T times ln of 0.25 over 10. Again, we cancel out the common term. So we have 0.5 equals to E raised to T times ln of 0.25 over 10. Okay. Then, we apply the natural logarithm on both sides. So this will be T is equals to, we have 10 ln of 0.5 over ln of 0.25. Okay, which is equals to, so T is equals to, we use our calculator. So we have, so we have 10 ln of 0.5 over, we have ln of 0.25. So in 5 years, so the population will be half. So this will be the final answer. Okay. Then again, by applying the alternate solution or the calculator technique, so we have to use, the calculator. So we have the X and Y column. So X will be the time. Then Y will be the population. So again, we press mode, then we press stat or 3, then we press 5 or the equation for exponential function. So we have this table. So we have, so our initial time will be 0, then the population is 1 initially, and then we have in 10 years, so the population will be 25% or 0.25 of the whole population. Okay, and then press all clear, and then press shift, then press 1, then press 5. So since our solving for the time, so we have to use the X caret. Okay, so let me write first the given on the table. So our X here will be, so initially we have 0, then for the population we have 100% of the population. Then after 10 years, the remaining population is 0.25. 25 of the initial population. Okay, then we are we are asked to solve for, so so in in t years, so we need to, or I mean we need to determine the time, so when the population becomes 50%. Okay, so we have the x caret, then multiply it by 0.5. So the answer will be 5 years. So same answer. So for our next problem, we have a certain radioactive material is known to decay at a rate proportional to the amount present. If initially there is 100 milligrams of the material present, and if after 2 years it is observed that 5% of the original mass has decayed, find the find an expression for the mass or at any time t. Then also we have to find the half-life of the material. Okay, so we'll just have to apply the population growth and decay, or we can also derive the formula for this uh, decay problem. Okay, so it's stated here that the material decays at a rate proportional to the amount present. Okay, so we let so let's say we let n, so we let n be the amount of the radioactive material. And then we have t as the time, and we have also the rate, which is dn over dt. So we have a rate of decay. Okay, and stated here that the rate, we have the rate is directly proportional to the amount present. So let's say n. Okay, so meaning, so if we're going to make it or generate the equation here, so this will be dn over dt equals to, so we multiply the amount by a proportionality constant k, and then so this from this equation, so we have to obtain the general equation. So we have, this problem is a variable separable. So I mean this equation is a variable separable. So we'll just have to cross multiply. So we have dn over n equals to k dt. Okay, then we integrate. So we have the integral of dn over n is ln of n equals to the integral of dt is just t. then we add the arbitrary constant c. Okay, so this will be the we can also, so we raise I mean uh so we make the base of, we raise e on both sides, so we have e raised to ln of n equals to e raised to kt plus c. Then e raised to ln of n is n, then e raised to kt plus c is the same as e raised to kt times e raised to c. Okay, and then e raised to c is just c. Or we'll just place it here, c e raised to kt. Okay, so this will be our general solution for the differential equation. Then after that, so we can now proceed on solving the problem. Okay, so from our general solution, so we have n is equals to c e raised to kt, and then from this problem, so if initially there is 100 milligrams of the material present, so and if after 2 years it is observed that the 5% of the original mass has decayed. Okay, so meaning we have at the initial time 0, so the amount of the material is equals to 100 milligrams. Okay, so let's substitute it on our general solution to obtain the particular solution. Okay, so we have n will be 100, then c e raised to 0, or meaning c is equals to 100. Okay, then after that, so we must obtain the value of k. So to obtain the value of k, so let's write first the particular solution. This will be n is equals to 100 e raised to kt. Okay, so and then, so said that, so we have to determine the k. So it said that after 2 years, so we have after 2 years, the amount or the original amount becomes 5%. I mean, the amount becomes 5% of the original amount. So this will be, so in 2 years, so the amount in 2 years will just be equal to the, we have 5% of the original mass, or we have n of, the initial amount. So let's write also here the initial amount. So we have n of 0, or the initial amount. Okay, so if we have in 2 years, so we have 100 e raised to k times 2. Okay, so we have so we have here the amount after 2 years, which is 0.05 times the original amount. The original amount here is 100 milligrams times 100 equals to 100 e raised to 2k. So cancel out 100. So we have 0.05 equals to e raised to 2k. Okay, then we apply natural logarithm on both sides, so that we have k is equals to, so we have ln of 0.05 over 2, and then we can now obtain the time, diba? So we have, we're asked to find an expression for the mass at any time t. Okay, so this will be, so at any time, so at any time t, so we have n as a function of t will be equal to, we have 100 e raised to k. K is, so we have ln of 0.05 over 2 times t. Okay, so anyways, what's the value of k? So k, let's use the calculator to get the exact value. So I have ln of 0.05 divided by 2. So we have negative 498, 1.498, 1.498. So this will be 100 e raised to negative 1.498 t. So this will be the expression at any time t. And next is we have to solve for the half-life. So for the half-life, so half-life is the time it takes to reduce the material into half of its amount. Okay, so whereas in how many years would the material becomes 1/2 of its original amount. So this will be, so for the half-life, so the amount in for the half-life, the amount will be, so let's change the subscript. Let's say we have HL, half-life. Okay, so the amount becomes, so 1/2 of the original amount. Okay, so meaning the half-life will be 0.5 times 100. So we have 50 milligrams. Okay, so then we substitute it on our particular solution, so at any time t. So we have n at the half-life is equals to 100 e raised to negative 1.498 times t. So the amount of substance becomes 50 milligrams equals to 100 e raised to negative 1.498 times the time. Okay, so we have 0.5 is equals to e raised to negative 1.498 t. Then we apply natural logarithm. So we have t will be equal to, we have ln of 0.5 over negative 1.498. So using our calculator, so we have ln of 0.5 over negative 1.498. So we have t is equals to 0.463 years. Okay, so this will be the half-life. So let's validate it using our calculator. So again, same procedure. We have mode 3, 5, then x will be the time, then y will be the amount. So at an initial time, so the initial time is 0. Then the amount is 100. Okay, then after 2 years, So the amount becomes 0.05 of the original mass. So we have times 100. So we have all clear. Then press shift start 5. So 4. So we have the half-life is half of the original amount. So meaning we have 50. So equals. So we have 0.4627 or 0.463 years. So that's the right answer. So let's now solve this problem applying the logistic differential equation. So we have the growth rate of a population P of bears in a newly established wildlife preserve is modeled by the differential equation dp over dt equals to 0.008 p times 100 minus p, where t is measured in years. So we are asked what is the carrying capacity for the bears in this wildlife preserve. Then we have solved for the differential with the initial condition. We have the initial population is equals to 25. So to solve this problem, so for letter A, so we are asked to solve for the carrying capacity for the bears in this wildlife preserve. So we just have to compare the logistic differential equation and this differential equation to obtain the carrying capacity. So we have the logistic differential equation is dp over dt equals to k times p times 100 minus so we have m minus p. Okay, so obviously m is the maximum capacity, and if we compare the two equations, so meaning m will be equals to 100. Okay, so that's the answer for letter A. Then for letter B, so to solve the differential equation with the initial condition, we have the initial population is equals to 25. So obviously we have to determine the particular solution of this given differential equation. So we have dp over dt equals to 0.008 p times 100 minus p. So first thing to do is we have to determine the general solution, and this equation is a variable separable type. So to separate the variable, we just have to cross multiply. So we have dp over 0.008 p times 100 minus p, then equals to we have dt. Okay, so we cannot directly apply integration here since we have these two polynomials on the denominator. So first thing to do is we have to separate these two expressions by applying the partial fraction decomposition method. So we have 1 over 0.008 p times 100 minus p equals to, so we have a over 0.008 p plus b over 100 minus p. Okay, then after that we have coefficient of the variable p. So we have so first is we have to cross multiply the equation. So we have 1 is equals to, we have a times 100 minus p plus b times 0.008 p. And after that, we have coefficient of the variable p. So we have on the left side is 0. Then on the right side, we have 8. Then plus, we have 0.008b. Okay, so I know 8 times negative p is negative a. So this will be negative a. So that's why a is equals to 0.008b. Okay, so next would be we have the coefficient of the constant so the coefficient of the constant will be 1 equals to, so we have 100a, so 100a. Okay, so meaning a is equals to 1 over 100. Then solving for b, we have a is equals to 0.008 times 1 over 100. So we have, so a is 1 over 100 equals to 0.008b. So b is equals to 1 over 0.8. Okay, and then we can now rewrite the equation. So we have a is, we have 1 over 100. So times, we have dp over 0.008p, then plus 1 over 0.8 times dp over 100 minus p equals to dt. Okay, then we can also distribute this 1 over 100. So this becomes dp 0.008 times 100 will be 1 over 0.8. So they have now the same, they have a common factor of 1 over 0.8. dp over 100 minus p equals to dt. Okay, so let's now apply integration. So we have integrate both sides. So the integral of dp over p will be ln of p. Then the integral of dp over 100 minus p, so the derivative of negative p is negative dp, so we have minus here 1 over 0.8 ln of 100 minus p equals to, we have the integral of dt, which is t plus the constant term c. Okay, and we can cross multiply to eliminate 0.8 on the denominator. So we have ln of p minus ln of 100 minus p is equals to 0.8t plus c. And then this one can also be written as ln of p over 100 minus p equals to 0.8t plus c. And then this both side can be the exponent of e. So we have e raised to ln of p over 100 minus p, and the same with on the right side of the equation we have e raised to 0.8t plus c. And then this one is the same as p over 100 minus p equals to e raised to 0.8t times e raised to c. So p over 100 minus p, so e raised to c is the same as c, so we can just have c e raised to 0.8t. Then we cross multiply. P is equals to 100 minus p times c e raised to 0.8t. And then to solve for the differential equation, or to solve for the particular solution, so since we have the initial value, we have at the initial time of 0, so we have the initial population is 25. So we have So we have 25 here. 25 equals to 100 minus 25 times c e raised to 0 is 1. So we have c. So c will be equals to 25 over 75, or simply 1/3. So therefore, the particular solution will be p over 100 minus p. P is equals to 100 minus p times c, which is 1/3, e raised to 0.8t. Okay, so this will be the final answer, or simply 1/3 times 100 minus p e raised to 0.8t.